Hello, replay crew. Hello to those who have circled back to see what you missed. I'm just going to go and do the intro. I have on beauty bio patches, and I know I'm going to say all this all over again. So let's just do the intro as I put on lotion, started the brows, and then it was time to come here. So we're going to finish them after the intro. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. Why in the world do you call it the crazy troll nation? The crazy concept. Be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. Just be who you are. It is very freeing. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. I don't know about anywhere else. Hey, Janet, here on YouTube, but here we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. There's another gnat, probably the same one. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that is what the Crazy Troll Nation is. That's what it means. That's what we stand for. That's our motto. I hope it resonates with you. I hope that if you have heard it numerous times before, that it is one of your daily affirmations. Just love yourself and be who you are, regardless of what anybody may say. Two things about me. I curse sometimes because I curse sometimes. The other thing is, there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I try to be aware of it to say excuse me, but sometimes I'm not aware of it. So if you hear something bubbling and gurgling and I don't say excuse me, please forgive me in advance, okay? 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 So we're going to put on City Beauty lip oil, and then we're going to finish our brows. I put these beauty bio patches on at 5 minutes to 8, and so they say at least 10 minutes, and so these will come off in about 5 minutes. And so what we're using today, we're pairing palettes. We're going to do a grungy look. These are two palettes I haven't used for a while. Underland from Ensley and yeah, girl, if you put something on a slide or a slope, it's going to slide off. Yeah, and we're going to pair that with Anastasia Beverly Hills Fall Romance palette. So this is what Fall Romance looks like. Let me hold it up. Well, let me hold it right side up. Hey, Grace. So this is what Fall Romance looked like. And what got me with this was these grainy, grungy, like basically this whole entire bottom row. Because I was like, oh, those are my colors. And so I haven't used this in a long time. This is a nice pop. This shimmer purple up here, and this is really a nice shade. Hey, Alexandria. And so I haven't used it in a long time, and I'm like, why? Like, I don't know. So we're going to pair this with another palette that I have not used in a long time, and it is Underland from Ensley. This is what that looks like. And this drew me because of the color story, but it's something about it that I don't pick it up much. So you see 3 blank spots. This one, and this one. Those were pressed pigments. My eyelids do not tolerate pressed pigments. And so I took them out. I still have the box that this was shipped in and the box that this was in. And so I put the pressed pigments in there. I put a label on it, which shade was what, and I taped it inside the box. And so whenever this is ready for a new home, I can put those pressed pigments back in here exactly where they were. But that's why this looks like this. And I haven't used this in a long time. Hey, Janessa. And we're going to talk about these palettes again, I think next Monday or whenever. The live is already scheduled, and it's titled something like Palettes I Don't Think Of. Are we going to do a declutter, that type of thing? So this is going to be in there. The color story drew me. When I first seen it, I was like, oh my goodness. But then when I got it and I started using it, I'm like, And we'll talk more about that later because I don't want to say too much because we got a look to do. And so that is what this looks like. So let me hold these two up together. Oh, my mirror is sticking to the magnet inside the palette. So these are what they look like together. So we have two grungy palettes. I have no idea what we're going to do. Um, and that's ironic to me because I used to always have a plan. I used to always write out shadow placement, what's going where, what are we doing, and I'm looking at my notes. Okay, this shade is here, that shade is going there. And then somewhere along the line, I don't know when, I stopped doing that. And I just pick up a palette and I'm just like, oh, well, let's just figure something out. So, yes, I don't know when that happened. Has it been? We've been here 5 minutes. So 10 minutes, we're going to take these off. And I like those things. I usually use them when I go away when I know I'm not going to get enough sleep. And I have been getting my eyebrow pencil. Hi, Landes. How are you? Apologies if I mispronounce your name. Major multitasking night for me. I try to get the chat as much as possible. Janet, just do your work. Like, I appreciate you being here. And I know every live I do, you are at work. And so, you know, work is a priority. I do appreciate you, though. I really do. But please, like, don't feel bad or, you know, whatever. Just do your work. We're just glad you're here. And I know you be ear hustling. And so, hello, not Duncan. Hello, not Duncan. Excuse me, I don't know what's happening with my voice today, or I should say me pronouncing words. Also for this look, one of the members, Lock Maiden, requested that I exaggerate my freckles. And so I used this speckled pen that Janessa J. Champagne has sent me, and this color is Squirrel. And it is a lot darker than my skin. It almost shows up like a black. And so I did just a few before. And when I pressed them, because they say, you know, put them on and then tap it so it doesn't just look like a blob of ink, but then it just looks smeared. And so in talking with Locke, she said, you know, don't tap it, just exaggerate the freckles. So this is her look. Channel members here, one of the main perks that I like is they get to make requests. $2.99 a month. You can cancel anytime. So yes, we would love to have you join the channel membership. But looking at my face, I have a lot of freckles. And I often forget because I see my face every day, so it's like it's no big deal. But like this, like I have freckles everywhere, freckles here, not everywhere, but a lot of places on my face. And I think it was like the other day, I had on eyeshadow under my eye, and I'm like, is that shadow? And so I actually held down my skin and had a lipstick applicator because I thought it was shadow. So I'm going back and forth and I'm like, damn, that's not shadow. Like, that's a freckle. And I'm like, yo, I'm 55 years old if you don't know. Shouldn't I know what my face looked like by now? It's just weird. And so, yeah, I have a plethora of freckles. But the foundation I used, this is full coverage and it covers most of my freckles. And so I'm not quite sure what like how to actually do it. Hey Tanya, and I have freckles under my shadow here, and there is no hair here. It's just like a permanent shadow, and it is common among people of color. Like this whole area just kind of looks different than the rest of our face. But and so when she had said to exaggerate my freckles, so I'm thinking I'll just tap this where my freckles are, but because the foundation covers most of my freckles, like I don't know where they are. So we're going to end up just putting dots everywhere, and it will probably look strange, and that's okay because I also do what I call troll play looks where I'm painting the whole face. If you haven't been here for any of that, just look at my troll play playlist and you're gonna be like, oh my god, like yes, she does be doing some stuff. So excuse me, I'm excited about the look. We're going to do the entire face. I can breeze through my complexion products pretty quickly. Maybe like I'll say 10 minutes or less. We'll get through the face, and then the eye look is where the bulk of the time will be, depending on how long or how much I stop to talk. And I do try to stay up on the chat because it's just rude when people come visit me and I don't speak, you know. And I don't know why I went like so high up on this one. Like I really don't. Like, I was not anticipating my recovery period for working over the weekend. Well, on Friday and Saturday, and I knew it was going to take a toll on my body. For those who don't know, I am a disabled veteran. My primary disabilities are chronic joint pain and fibromyalgia. And I say primary because I do have other stuff going on too. And so when I am more active than usual, my body is not happy. And it takes me days to like just get back to my baseline. And I think maybe because it was 2 days in a row I worked, I didn't anticipate the migraines. I have a wannabe migraine right now. And so for like the last 2 days, I've just been dealing with migraines, which I'm just, it steals my time because I'm not able to do too much because it hurts so much. And I wasn't anticipating that. And so a lot of stuff in my calendar just keeps getting shifted because I'm not able to get them done. And I didn't anticipate that. And so I'm already thinking about an opportunity is brewing to work a weekend event. And so today I was just like, oh, that's going to be rough. But the thing is like once I come home, so I would be away for the entire weekend to work somewhere. And, you know, when I come home, then I can just like chill out, relax, like I've been doing. I got home Sunday morning. Yeah, so Sunday I was relaxing. And yeah, Alexandria, I hear you. And so I'm glad that I worked Friday night and Saturday night, come home Sunday morning. I got home around like 1 a.m. or something. And I did a live stream too when I got home. So I was glad that it was Sunday because it's all Sunday after that. I can sleep, get up, just chill out. And then, you know, that gives me a day before Monday, which is tonight. So there was just like a free day in there versus if I worked Saturday night. I don't know what I'm saying. Because if I work Saturday night, I get home Sunday morning. And you know what? Okay, I know what I was thinking. Because usually I sleep the entire time on Sunday. And when I wake up, it's like Monday morning. And so I have still been waking up every 90 minutes. But it just feels like an extra day between when I worked Saturday and today. But it really wasn't. Yeah, that was strange. I was like, what am I saying like that? As I was thinking about it, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Because when I work Saturdays, I do get home Sunday morning. Because events are usually 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. And 1 a.m., of course, is the next day. You know what I mean? So if I go to work Saturday to be there 8 p.m., I'm done at 1 a.m. It's an hour home to drive home. So it's 2 a.m. Sunday when I get home. But for some reason, it just felt different. I don't know why. This side I brought way too over. By Saturday and Sunday, I'm always trying to recover for the upcoming week. No, you know, don't feel bad. And what's crazy about it is that I'm used to it. That's what's crazy about it. I just didn't anticipate the migraines. And it's doing makeup, which I love to do. So it is like a labor of love. Because I love doing makeup. And, you know, I sought out the event, like, hey, can I work at your event? And so, you know, they said yes, and I did. And I really enjoyed it. It's just the recovery time, the recuperation time. Because, you know, 5-6 years ago, I can recover in a day. Just take one day down, meaning just chill, don't do too much, and I'll be okay. But as years have gone by, it takes me longer to bounce back. And so, yeah, I wasn't anticipating. Are they almost even? Are they almost friends today, my bros? But the weekend event, I'll have a sign-up sheet. And I don't always have to just, like, be there. I can have the sign-up sheet there and then just check on it and then do, you know, be there to do the faces when the people come for their appointment time. And so it's not going to be, I don't anticipating it be nonstop. When I work at events like this weekend, like I am there at my station and people just come up And, you know, it's kind of first come, first serve type thing. But I think at this other event, because there will be a sign-up sheet and a time, like you put down what time you want to come, and I go check it, and that's the time I'm there. So I don't have to physically be there the entire time, like when I work at the other events. And the other ones I do take breaks though, but no longer than like 5 minutes. I'll cover up my table and, you know, go walk around, stretch my legs, go in the lobby, check my phone, that type of thing. We're going to leave the brows like they are. I do think they look decent, but then I'll look back and it won't be. So how are y'all doing tonight? Like, what is new with y'all? We know Janessa's working. We know Grace is editing, filming something, because Grace be hustling. But what are the rest of you up to? All right, we're going to leave these alone. And I keep seeing something to fill in. It's like a spotlight right here. I need to stop. Okay. I don't have anything out. I didn't even, because I have been feeling, I didn't even wash my brushes from the look yesterday or the one early Sunday morning, but I did wash this off to use this to do my foundation and primer. I don't have any brushes out, but thankfully everything is right here in front of me. So yeah, so what's going on with y'all? We'll talk about that. I think we were supposed to use a Swan palette today as well, again, and we will probably mix this with the Fox palette. And I'm gonna hold these both upside down, because I know sometimes I use 2 blushes, 2 bronzers, 2 highlighters, 2 finishing powders, finishing powders. Excuse me. So we're gonna put these together, and I think I did use this corner one with this middle one. I did use those, and even this one here and this one here, I think I used those in combination. Y'all, this is like wanting to stick to it. Those two are a nice combination. This for me is a blush light, this one in the middle. And so we're gonna use both of these. And I feel good about it, because when I had these before, I don't know why I felt that this way, but I did. I felt like if I picked up the face palette from Hourglass, I had to use only that palette. And I think that's part of why I ended up decluttering them, because I like to have options. And nobody told me, you know, you only have to use that one palette. You know what I'm saying? And so I did it to myself. This is this lighted mirror. This is what I look in. And it's magnified on the other side, which I never use. But it has, I don't want to blind you. So it has the white light, a warm light, and a cool light. And when I travel, this is the one I take. I had 2 of these. And what was strange about it, or was it 2 of those? No, the one in the back that's holding my phone, that's actually a ring light, and it came with brackets. I liked it so much I bought one, and that's the one I used to use at my desk when I did live streams over there. That one, after like 4 or 5 months or so, just stopped working, and which is weird. Why is this red right here? And I thought it was weird, but this one is still fine. And so I took the bracket off of that one and put it here. So this one, I keep the one to put my phone horizontal, and the other bracket I put vertical, so that way I never have to move the brackets. Because sometimes moving stuff on a regular basis will cause it to strip, or it'll just like not want to work well or whatever. And so, well, Tanya says she's listening to your son rock out to Fleetwood Mac in the background right now. Let me check the settings on here, the chat setting. Yes, on top messages. I want all messages. All of them are important, even the not so good trolls. Important to see how am I going to be apt today. I try sometimes, y'all, to be, what's the word? Not be, like, immediately, like, fuck you. Sometimes I'm like, hey, let me know now if you're a friend or a foe, so we can decide what to do with you. Because sometimes I just don't know because of the comment, like which way it's going to go. And I don't want nonsense to distract from the enjoyment of being here. You know what I mean? So 2 pumps of the primer, 1 pump of the foundation. This is the luminous. And for the matte one, I do use 2 pumps. But this one is a thicker consistency. That's a thicker consistency. So this is the primer, 1 pump, and that's the foundation. Excuse me for that glare. And so I found I only need 1, and I do just mix them together. I'm going to do, I think I might want to, I don't know if I want to do it as a video or a live stream. I think I mentioned it in one of the lives yesterday. You said the foundation was looking more yellow than usual. Did you figure out why? Janet said it didn't. Jo said it looked fine on her phone, but on her TV, she said it looked a little yellow. But she said once I put all my powders and all of that stuff on, she said it looked, everything looked the same. I mean, looked regular, looked like my complexion. And so, no, I don't know why. I don't know why. And it could also just be I have 0 tan right now. That could be it too. I avoid the sun, y'all. You would think that that I was, because some people are allergic to the sun, believe it or not. Like, that is a thing. But I'm not. But I just don't, I don't like to be hot, except in a sexy way, which I know I am. I just don't like being hot, and I am heat sensitive. And so I don't avoid the sun. I just don't go out every day. Like, I'm content being home. I always have stuff to do when I'm home. There's always some paperwork, or I can read, or I can write, do my poetry, short stories, which I haven't written in years. Makeup stuff. There's always stuff to do. In my main email right now, I have 90 emails. And so that could take like hours just cleaning out my email, which I do. I think maybe I should do it once a week, but it doesn't happen. Decluttering my email boxes, that can take hours. So it's like always something to do. But I know some people they just have to be moving. I don't have to be. I'm cool being home. So it's easy for me to just become very pale. As that lady at Sephora would say, your complexion is very fair. And she's the one that looks like a piece of paper. I lie to you not. I've never seen anything like it in my life. She looks like Teresa's dead calls herself uncooked chicken. Teresa has some pink in her skin. This lady, hey, Michelle at Ulta, she looks like a piece of paper. And when I first saw her, and her name is Debbie, and so that's how I remember her, because I said my name used to be Deborah before I changed it. And so, and I've been seeing her there maybe for like 10, 12 years. And so even if she's helping somebody else, if I go into Sephora and she sees me, next thing I know, she's like coming over to me. She's like, how have you been? I haven't seen you in a while. Are you okay? Like, we're just like buds. Like, it's just crazy. And she always says, your skin is so fair. And I'm looking at her like, you look like a piece of paper. I've never seen anybody, like I've always said, white people are not white because they have pinkish to their skin tone, right? Or something. And I always say, black people are not black. We have color. We may, like, no, and that was the shit with Euphoria or whoever it was. Nobody is this complexion. Like, and this is black. So black people aren't black, white people aren't white. But y'all, she is white. And so I kept thinking, like, it's so weird that she says that to me. And so what I figured was that she was saying I'm fair for a person of color. But she's a piece of paper. So I'm looking at her like, how are you calling me fair and you're a piece of paper? Hey, Justin, how are you? I have a doppelganger everywhere. I'm going to tell you a funny story, Justin. Excuse me. Hey, Michelle. Now we're doing ABBA. The winner takes it all. Did I miss? Oh, see. So I think it's just a combination of just me having 0 tan and I don't know. But those who did answer, like once I get everything on there, like, you look fine. Like, it is your complexion. So here's a funny story, Justin. Used to go on Ulta so much. One of the ladies got real familiar with me. I don't know if that was a good thing or bad. Yeah, so it's her, and it's I think she's of Asian descent. I'm not sure. She doesn't have any kind of accent, but just like her features. Yeah, she always comes to speak to me, and I always forget her name though. But Deb, I remember her because she'd be like, "Your skin is so fair," and I'm looking at her like, "You're a piece of paper. Like, what are you talking about?" But so funny story, Justin. What am I looking for? Powder. Funny story, Justin. I forget where I was, but I was not. I grew up in New Jersey. Thank you, Janessa. I want to say I was in Texas, but I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. This person came up to me and was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Hi." He was like, "How's your brother doing?" I was like, "What?" I said, "I don't have a brother." He was like, "Yes, you do. Your brother is so and so. Why are you playing?" I'm like, "I don't have a brother." He was like, "Girl, such and such, such and such, such and such. Why are you playing? Why are you joking?" Justin, I do not have any brothers. This dude, we argued for a good 15 minutes on him being like, "Why are you playing? Why are you acting like that? Why you won't tell me how he doing?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't have any brothers." We argued, Justin, for at least a straight 15 minutes because he kept telling me who my brother was. I have doppelgangers all over. No matter what state I'm in, somebody always comes up, "You look just like so-and-so. I thought you were so-and-so. And then when I looked at you closer, like you weren't." I think I just have an average face. Every state I've ever been in, somebody's like, "You look just like so-and-so." But I've never gotten to an argument with somebody telling me who my brother was. I do not have any brothers. So I was just like, it was just like, dude. Yeah, it was a straight up argument too. I was like, "Dude, I don't have no brothers. Why you lying, girl? Come on now. How he doing? Where he's at now?" So I said, "I don't know who you talking." Y'all, we were arguing like we knew each other. Because I was just like, "Dude, like I and it was funny to me in a way, but at the same time, I was just like, "Oh my gosh. Like, dude, I don't Why you stop lying, girl? Just make sure you tell him to call me." I said, "Tell who? I don't have no brothers. Like, there's nobody to tell. Why are you lying? So you play too much, girl." Yo, I was just like, that's one of the funniest stories of me looking like somebody else. We had a straight up argument, and I don't even like to argue, but I was like, "I don't." And he just kept telling me I did, telling me I was lying. And I think that's why I was arguing. So I'm like, "Yeah, how you gonna tell me I'm lying? Like, I know who my siblings are." Like, "Hey, Real Flowers," you scrolled away, and the next lady looks exactly like you. Are you serious? Had to come back just to see y'all. I think I just have an average face because it's just why the other day. I think it might have been Friday because I was leaving to go down to work at the event, and I went, or was it when I came home? I went to Wawa before I got home. I was in Wawa, y'all, and I looked, y'all. This dude looked like Janessa. I looked and I went. He had long hair. He had on glasses. He was looking down on his phone. And I just kept looking like, damn. I text Janessa. I'm like, "Janessa, I'm in Wawa, and this dude looked just like you." And every now and then he would kind of glance up, so I look away because I was really like trying not to stare because I was just like, and I wanted to, and so I said, "I'm gonna text Janessa and then go talk to him and be like, 'Do you have any family in such and such state or whatever, whatever?'" But by the time I got done texting her, his order came up and then he left. But I was really going to go ask him like, "Do you have any family in such and such state?" Because I'm like, he got to be her cousin or something. I was just like, what the heck? Like, what? Yeah, I was just like, damn. I was shocked because I was just like staring at this dude. Thank you, Real Flower. Yeah, it's real. People everywhere. Oh my gosh, it's funny. "Your father has so many kids. If anyone came up asking me how your brother sister is and give a name, it might be true." Why? Oh my gosh. This was years and years and years and years ago. One of my uncles sent me a picture of some guy on Facebook. And I was like, that's a nice picture of granddad, which was my uncle's father. He said, "That's not him." I was like, "Wait, what?" The picture looked like a younger version of my grandfather. It looked exactly like him. Like if he would have been like in his 30s or 40s. I was just like, what? He was like, yeah, that's not dad. I was like, what? And so they communicated a little bit trying to figure out, like, is there any relation? But I was just like, what? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You told him that your brother was good. Conversation about. And I think what upset me and why I argued is because I don't like to argue. Is he kept telling me I was lying. I'm like, I'm not lying. Like, why would I? Like, I don't even know. Like, what? And it's funny now. And after the fact, it was funny. But at the time, I'm just like, I'm not lying. Like, what the fuck, dude? Straight up argument. Justin went to Philly to visit a friend and said we were going to stop by Wawa. And I was like, what the heck is a Wawa? I think they originated in Pennsylvania somewhere. But thank you, Real Flowers, for coming back to say that. Yeah, it is funny. Okay, let me get to the get to my face stuff. I'm going to use this Blend Bunny brush. I used it. I think I used it once for because I thought these would fit nice into these pans, and that's why I got it. They were $2.50 a piece. I bought 3. I did use it for this. It doesn't quite fit, but it's okay. I mean, if I go straight in, it's just a little too big, but not much. And Saturday night it was Friday when I did my face. I did use this brush, and it is extremely soft. Yes, and DionLorah.PhD. Thank you, Janet. It is very soft, and it is synthetic. My skin does not like natural hair brushes. And for $2.50, I'm like, I'll try it. I bought 3. So, but it doesn't do. I just thought it was going to be. I thought it was a little small, and it would be a good fit for here. But it's not. So what we're going to do, yeah, well, yeah, they took over. So oh, shoot. Okay, what we're going to do, I'm not even going to hold these up, y'all. I'm going to just keep going. I'll just tell you which. Do y'all want to know what shades I'm using? Hi, CM. How are you? Do y'all want to know what shades I'm using or just do the damn face? Let me know. Because I'm going to be using both of them. I looked at pictures for Dawn's look tomorrow. Just do the face, says Michelle. Okay. It's going to be simple. I don't think, only because I'm still just like trying to recuperate. I don't think I'm gonna do the whole face paint thing. And she wanted thank you, Janet. She wanted a Day of the Dead look. And so some it's all white, and then it's a lot of graphics and stencil stuff. And then some are just regular, not regular, but they don't paint the face white and then do the designs. And so I did look at some pictures. And so, yeah, we're gonna do that. I just don't feel well to do like all the things. I know I was gonna tell y'all earlier. This migraine is trying to come fully awake. Let me just get started. I'll just say what the shade names are because that's easy, because the shade names, I have it up here like what they are for both of them. Because I'm a label hoe. Y'all know this. Swan Sunset Flush. Yeah, these don't really fit in here. Yeah, they don't. They're just a little bit too big. And because it's not tapered, but because it's raised in the center, like the center part goes right in it, but then that's the only place where the shadow is, where the powder is. I'm going to do, I don't know if I want to do as a live stream or, and this is weird because usually I do bronzers first. Because someone was asking me about different paints. I might have mentioned this last night. So I'm going to do, I don't know if I want to do it as a video or a live stream, where I'm going to do a demonstration on part of my face with oil-based paints, and the other side with water. What am I saying? One side with oil-based paints and one side with water-based paints, but then also I have these cream paints too. So my face is going to be looking crazy. Because I did tell that person, make sure you look at, my videos. But I'm thinking, let me just do like do a video showing the differences of them all, and at the end we will do the removal process too, so that way they can see that too if they watch it. And if not, it'll just be there for anybody else who. Now we're going to go into Canyon Heat from Fox. If somebody else is curious about oil-based cream makeup or water-based, water-activated paints. I'm also going to do a very in-depth face. That's going to be a different, I might want to do that. I don't know if I want to do that as a video or a live stream either, because quite a few people are like, you know, I want to learn this, I want to learn that. We're now going to take, do I want to do more blushes? We're going to take Amethyst Haze from Fox, same brush, and we're just going to put this back here. Because some people are like, I want to wear makeup, I don't know what to do. And so I think, and I know now, like, I am getting quicker when I do just do a look. It might be 30 minutes versus 50, but I'm going to do like extremely in-depth explaining every single thing. I do have how-to videos where like each video is, okay, this is the brows, this is the eyeshadow look, this is the blush, this is the bronzer. But I'm going to do an entire face. I want to put that light on. That looks nice. And so that's something I'm going to do. Now we're going to take Mauve Fusion from Fox. No, from Swan. Mauve Fusion from Swan. So we have on, right now, 4 blushes. I'm trying to catch up to Janessa. She says she uses not 1 blush, but 6 blushes. So this is 4. But even all the gradients, you can see the lighter shades out here. I like that. Now we're going to take Lucid Glow, which is a blush. Unfortunately, never heard of it, Janessa. I didn't see. Random, has anyone ever ordered plus sizes from Bloom Chic? Never heard of that either. I've seen a couple of things I'm interested in, but not sure they fit all the quality. Thank you, Michelle. It is bigger than the pan, though. I was really hoping it was going to fit like right in it. 4 blushes. This is number 5. This is from Fox. This is Lucid Glow. We're going to use this as a blush light because that does look like a highlighter. So this is 5 blushes. Janessa's proud of me. Oh, I'm trying to be like you when I get all grown up. Thank you for the heart. Yeah, this would have been a lot putting down, picking up each one because I am going like back and forth. But they do look like when you look at them, they do look like they would go together. And even the so-called bronzer in here and the so-called bronzer in here. So they are definitely different. Where was that? Lucid Glow from Fox. So we're using that as a highlighter. Same brush for everything. 5 blushes now, Janessa. Yes. Now we're going to take, I do like Desert Flush. I'm going to take another brush for that. I like that for, do I just want to, yeah, we're going to take this one for that. Desert Flush in Fox is their finishing powder. And I like this for under my eye because it looks like nothing. But because of the formula, it does have that smoothing effect. Their powders, if they can just get that one piece of damn thing right, I mean, the formula is phenomenal. And I did check to see if this was sold in a compact because I was going to just buy it a single compact. So we're just putting this under the eyes. And then we're going to take, we didn't do our bronzers yet. Oh, excuse me, girl. Bronzers, which one looks darker? We're going to take Natural Bronze from Swan, the brush that had all the blushes and all that. And so we're going to put this here. I know there's a shadow right there. So this is Natural Bronze. Bronzer. It is natural. Sorry for yelling. I miss somebody. Hey, Jones, how are you? So those are the 2 videos that I'm planning to do. And I have other stuff I want to do. Like I have a list of videos to do, but y'all, time just keeps moving. But I am going to make those 2 a priority, which means they'll probably be done next month. Yeah. So this is still natural bronze. You wear JCPenney apparel, girl. You're seen as for on IG. Oh, congratulations on the win, Michelle. Michelle, I didn't do any of them surveys last week. Like I have not had time to sit and do them, and I prefer to do them on my laptop than on my phone because I'm trying to reduce my phone time. Yeah, but I missed probably like 4. Now we're going to take the bronzer, Bronze Fusion from Fox, and we're going to put that back here. So 5 blushes, 2 bronzers. Yeah, so I didn't even like have any types of, oh, maybe I'm gonna win this week. Like I just didn't. I think it might have been 2 weeks ago I won, and I was surprised because I felt like I missed like a week of surveys there too. So that one I was surprised that I won for that week. But I think it might be like a week behind or something. Cause like the winners this week are from like last week, so I think maybe that's how that happened. Because I was shocked, like I didn't even like do anything really. But yeah, but congratulations to you. Go ahead, girl. You're looking good. We're gonna go back to the brush that had on what we use for under eye, the finishing powder, Desert Light, and we're going to take Dim Light from Swan. This is the one that I put all over. It is a finishing powder, but I don't put it under my eyes because the undertone of it makes my under eyes look darker. But I do use this everywhere else. And so we've used, I think, 5 things out of each palette. The only thing we didn't use was the highlighters from the palettes. So we used like 4 or 5 things out of each palette. So I do feel good about this, and I do plan on keeping these because now that I'm combining them, and I combined them with other blushes and bronzers too, and so I do feel like I'm gonna get more use out of them. Now watch me 3 months from now and be like, yeah, I'm oh my lord, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm decluttering those. So this is Swan and Fox, and even though it don't look like a lot, y'all saw it was a lot, but so there's that natural kind of look thing. We're going to spray the Scandinavia spray, y'all, and y'all hear it? I ordered one, and I felt some kind of way because I had to pay. I didn't have to because I didn't have to get it, but I paid full price because they're not having to sell right now. But you still get the 2 free minis, or was it just the 1 free mini? Because y'all, I'm just like, where is it at? And what it is that I put some in different smaller bottles. This is the bridal formula, and so I put a label that this is bridal, and I have another one that has bridal in it. And so I could have just done without getting a new like full bottle. I'm like, nah, let me just get it. So it spits at me. Like, look, oh, yeah, y'all. I'm trying, but it's like, girl, we are done. I'm trying to get every little bit. This is the brush that had the setting powder on it. Y'all, this is... Okay, you are done. I understand. And it already shipped. When Scandinavia sends you a shipment notification, how some brands... Well, this is my chest. I can just wipe this off. They'll send you the tracking number, and it'll say carrier is waiting for whatever. Scandinavia, no. When they send you that shipping notice, I clicked it, and it showed me where it was. So when they do their labels... Their stuff go out like right away. Why did I say that like that? Yeah, so this. Yeah, so this is done. That's trash. Yeah, that was spitting like crazy. It's like, girl, throw us away. We're done. All right, we're gonna get to the eyes. Hey, Haywood. I saw you earlier, and I meant to speak when I first saw you. Vanessa's stuff was mostly good. I'm laughing at Haywood. Hey, sugar. Y'all, this stuff was fun. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was some spittle. And the other day when I said it spit, I had like maybe 2 drops. So that's why I looked this time. I was like, oh, shit. This ain't a bukkake session. If y'all know what that is, y'all know. And no, I don't do that. I'm just saying. That was some spill squirted. I know that's. Do y'all know what bukkake is? And I'm not going to explain it if y'all don't. I'm just saying because I'm glad you said it because you're going to. Y'all are so kind. I would have been like, girl, look like somebody jizzed on your face. Girl, you got jizz juice on your face. Listen, y'all. Remember when I told y'all that even though people kept saying the OG all-nighter spray is the same formula as Scandinavia, and I kept telling y'all my skin says different because the 24/7 whatever the Urban Decay was, it turned me into an oil slick within like 3 hours. The Scandinavia one never ever did that. Hey CM, how are you? And I said the Scandinavia never did that. So my skin tells me it's a different formula. But even on Instagram, people are like, oh, it's the same thing. If you want the original, just go to them. And I'm like, it's not the same formula. So I even had asked, because at that time, like when the split happened, just making sure I don't need anything out of here. I need the Freckles out of here. Scandinavia was like commenting to people's comments. Like, thank you for your support. Da, 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 da. And a couple of people, including myself, were like, you know, I use your sprays for me, and they're, you know, a staple in my makeup kit. And they're like, oh, we thank you for trusting us and using us for yourself and your clients. So they were like really on it, responding back to people. And so I'm like, okay, let me ask a question. I'm gonna tilt this up because even though it ain't no, and I did shorten the straps on here so that way I don't feel like I need to keep pulling it up. I said, is it really the same formula? Because the Urban Decay would turn me into an oil slick within like 3 hours, and the Scandinavian one never did, and they never answered. But when I was on there to get duly noted your pass, Dion laughs like a box of chocolate. Yeah, there always just be everywhere. Be careful, CM, that which is seen can never be unseen. Yeah. And I could explain it in a way that wouldn't get me in trouble here on YouTube, but then I don't know if you would understand like what I'm saying. Let me ask you this. Okay, here we go. Have you heard, CM, have you heard of circle jerk? Sounds innocent, I know, so I feel okay saying that. On their web, so when I was looking at their facts, because it was kind of bothering me in a way, like, you know, people keep saying it's the original, and I'm like, it's not the same formula. And I was even saying here that, okay, if that was the same formula and you just put it in 2 different packages, like, isn't that deceptive? Even though it's yours, but you're leading people to think it's something else. And it used to be where Scandinavia's name was on the packaging, but I'm like, if it's the same exact formula, how can you package it different and say, you know what I mean? So I was just like, and maybe that is okay to do that, but I was just like, So, but on their website now, in their facts, it says something about the spray, and then it says that they used to do the Urban Decay all-nighter spray, and each formula was different. And I'm like, see, I knew it. The 24/7 formulation was different, is different than the Scandinavia, the makeup finishing spray. And so I don't know if that was on the website before, though, because maybe they just added that. I don't know. Maybe they just added it now for whatever reason, or recently, but it clearly says they're both different patented formulas. But I don't remember seeing that before. I just remember thinking, like, how are you going to package the same thing 2 different ways and then say it's different? You know what I mean? And for them to have been saying on Instagram, or people saying, you know, get it from, you know, Scandinavia is the same exact spray. Like, Scandinavia never commented correcting that. And that's why I was just like, so I asked straight up, and they didn't answer. But the website now does say that they're different. Hey, Shayla, how are you? If it was the same formula, why would UD need to collaborate? Because UD made the formula. and I guess I don't want to say sold it to them, but whatever type of partnership it was, and that's why also some of those bottles had made by Scandinavia on the back of the bottle. So it was like, oh, just like if you buy a shirt and it says you buy a shirt at JCPenney's here in the United States and it says made in China, that type of thing. So it was like, this is our 24/7 spray made by Scandinavia. You know what I mean? But it does say on the website now, there are different formulas. And I kept telling y'all, my face was telling me it was different formulas. Because why one turn into an oil slick within 3 hours and the other one don't if it's the same exact formula? Like that to me, I'm like, no, something ain't right. Nah. But now it actually says that on there, 2 different formulas. Yeah. So that was just some partnership thing. And we know money was involved. Because all of this stuff comes to money. How you doing, Shayla? I'm so green. No, I haven't. Oh, okay, all right. Circle jerk is when a group of men, or they could be transitioning, persons with male genitalia, is when it's a group of them, they stand in a circle and they do the jerk to themselves and to the persons next to them. So it's a circle jerk. So you're in a circle and everybody's, yeah. So that's the most sensitive way I can think to say it without getting kicked off of here. I don't have any brushes out. The other word I said is when there's a group of penis people and there's a girl or a woman, not a kid. There's a woman on her knees on the floor, and she usually has on like a rain slicker. And so she's on her knees on the floor, and the penis people, they go around and so she gets jizz all over her face and hair. And so that's why she has on the rain slicker. So that's what I don't want to. That's what bukkake is. Yeah, so you just on your knees and they just go around and till they jizz all over. Oh, yeah. So all right, so for the look, we're going to oh boy. So I hope you understand. That's the most innocent, sensitive way I can think to say it. So I hope you understand. Question answer, says Tanya. I'm looking at the comments. There's somebody came in at the beginning of that. They're like, what? Is this like some kind of different type of sex education class? Like, she's talking about jerks and cocky. Turks and Caicos, jerks and cockies. All right, what am I doing? We're going to take this shade right here. This has a nice flip to it, because when I look down here, I see like a green gold, and where y'all looking, it looks gray. I don't remember. Y'all be having me just, y'all see, I think y'all do that on purpose. I know y'all don't. Great explanation, Alexandria. Okay, so hopefully, so if this live stream disappears, y'all know why. You're giggling like a schoolgirl at that explanation, yeah. Because I don't want to get kicked off. I don't want to get any strikes. I don't want to be like, oh, we restricted your video. I don't want to get any of that. And so, but I also didn't want somebody be like, what is that? But yeah, so CM, that was for you. I hope you appreciate it. Mouth drop, wow. Certainly never heard of that and won't forget it now. Yeah, once you know, you know. It ain't, yeah. I don't participate in none of those, but like once you know, it's just like, okay, damn, wow. And unfortunately, it's something you won't ever forget, because it's just like, what? You fucking kidding me? No, people. Everyone moving on the topic of Dion. I haven't posted over there in years. Love the color story, hate the brand. Thanks for listening. You're welcome. Oh, thanks for the lesson. You're welcome. So this is Wicked Wildflowers. It surprised me. I was, oh, this is very, I'm tapping a brush in it, and it's just, are you really that soft? This is a pretty shade. It surprised me when I got it that I wasn't more excited about it, because when I saw the color story, I'm like, I'm getting that. Even though it has 3 pressed pigments in it, I'm like, I'm getting it. And, but then it just, what I think, and this is what I think, because I was reading, that is pretty. But it looks like it might be like this one, just maybe not that shiny. So we're gonna put that one next to it just to see, because y'all know we do stuff just to see. What was I watching? Or oh, it was a Blend Bunny thing on Instagram, and they were reorganizing the palettes. And y'all know usually their color stories are just here, there, everywhere, which I like because it inspires me. And I don't wear Blend Bunny because it's pressed pigments and my lids don't tolerate it. But even Circle Loco, oh, that's chaotic. Or like the Mount Verde Cloud Forest from Nomad. People are like, oh, it's chaotic. I don't know what to do with it. So some people do prefer um, like the dramatic palette from Natasha, the soft one, where everything is already set up monochromatic. And even looking at this is monochromatic. You know, you got this row, then you got the greens, you got the reds. And so somebody was saying how, oh, thank you for rearranging them that way because it helps me see looks better that way, which really is just monochromatic. Like, how do you need creativity to do that? But let me stop because I don't want to offend anybody. And somebody had commented that they liked it the way it was because it not being in order like that, they said it encouraged them to be more creative, and they felt more creative. Like, okay, what can I put with what? And that's how I am, and that's why I love Circle Loco. I did like Mount Verde Cloud Forest, Mount Verde Cloud Forest. Yeah, he was never gonna the ghost of the rooster. This is Janet. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he was never going. No, and I don't want y'all to Google stuff because when you Google something, you'll start getting ads, or maybe not for that because it's adult content, but you might start getting other crap. You know what I mean? And so that's why I was thinking, like, let me just try to see what it is. We're going to take this one now, this shade, because I think it's going to be the same as this one. Excuse me, this one is Moonlight. And so I commented too, like, yeah, I like the color stories that people say are chaotic because it does motivate me and encourage me, oh goodness, to be creative. And like, what can I do? Okay. This is lighter than I thought. I know it was going to be lighter than the Ensley Rain one, but, and it's definitely is more lavender. Yeah. Okay. And so I really don't ever think about this palette. Well, I'm not gonna say that because that's like all BS, but I seldom think, why is this not? I chaotic color stories make you simplify your looks this time, yeah. He's like, what are you looking? The times I sit next to Sean and Google stuff, I see people say online. Yeah, the Circle K next to the Circle K, but Dion wouldn't know that because she only knows Wawa's. That's right. Wawa's and 7-Elevens. And so when I was thinking about why am I not drawn to this palette as much as the color story like called to me enough for me to get it. And y'all know I don't even rock with Ensley Rain just because of the situation from before. And my conclusion was because it is just monochromatic. And so the first looks I did, one was green, one was red, and then I did another look. And Dawn requested a look with this, and she said just hop around. That's my favorite look with this palette because I hopped around. And I think that's why it doesn't call to me, is because it just looks boring. Monochromatic palettes. And then I can look at palettes and think of how not to make it monochromatic, but it's just something with this one that it just doesn't call to me. We are going to, should I or should I not? Well, I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't do my inner rims. Let's do that. We're going to use this blue. I am loving these. And we used, okay, this is Hellbent. I don't know if we used this the other day. They're usually saying wahs. And so I think that's why I don't gravitate to it. And I thought about switching it around. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that because then I forget what's where. For if or when I do ever sell it, I want it to be how it looked when it arrived. And that's why I kept the pressed pigments. So I can put it back together. And the shine is nice. I just... and so that surprised me. Because I was like, oh, that color story. I'm getting it. And then I got it. And I'm like, oh. So that's the inner rims. Easy peasy. Put this on lower lash line. Damn. This one is personal preference. I'm gonna put this one on lower lash line. I love Circle Loco. Y'all, I keep checking Beauty Bay for the 669 palette. I did not even consider that Martine Cosmetics was not shipping here to the United States. I put that palette in my cart, started the checkout process, put in your address, and it said, we are not shipping to your location. I was like, what? So, and then it said, empty your cart, and something it said. So I emptied the cart, put it back in, like it was gonna make a difference, right? And it gave me the same message, because I was in denial. I'm like, I'm not really seeing this. I'm half asleep, I'm not seeing it. No, they are not shipping here. And I'm like, damn it. Because some of y'all donated to that. And so I'm just like, damn. And so I keep checking Beauty Bay. Beauty Bay only has 12 Martine Cosmetics products. I feel like this eye is tearing up, but I was going to touch it. I realized I had shadow up there, as if I didn't just put it there. So I keep checking Beauty Bay. Yeah, but I wasn't expecting that, and so I don't quite know how to feel, because I'm like, okay, they contributed to me getting this thing, and now I'm like, can I get the thing? So that money will just sit there, and because it was, this is wet right here, it's tearing upward. The cutoff, I believe, is like the 12th of the month. And so since those were sent after the 12th, those will be in my YPP check next month. But I was going to go ahead and get it now anyway. So I'm like, okay, it'll be there next month. And so I'm going to just let that sit when it transfers over. Thank you, Janet. There are shipping companies that will allow you to ship here. I can't get it from Martine Cosmetics. They are not shipping to my location, they said. I used to work at a Wawa. You have too much makeup this year. Just being lazy posting. Snap out of it, Tanya. There are shipping companies that will allow you to ship here. Yeah, there are, but whatever company they're using, they're not. Because the thing showed up, we are not shipping to your address. So, I'm looking in here. I will say the Ensley Rain is definitely more sparkle. And we have one of these two shades. I'm looking at what to do. I don't want to do a monochromatic look though. We're going to take this shade just because chaos. And y'all looking like, girl, that don't go with that. But you know what, it's going to go. And if not, we're going to pretend that it does. I'm going to put this next to here. I hear Jeanette in my head, like, I just love greens and purples together. And greens and oranges and greens and red. She just like greens, period. We are like solidly over 2K. Our next giveaway, I was trying to wait for Joe to come in to give an apology to both Joe and Michelle. Y'all boxes are still sitting here. I did not anticipate these migraines. And my goal was to get it out today. I was in bed. My alarm was set for 6:30. And even though I kept waking up, sometimes when I wake up, I feel okay to get up and do something. Like I'll get up and, you know, clear out the kitchen sink. Like just something, you know, take a few minutes and then I'll go lay back down. Sometimes I do just, you know, use the restroom, go right back to sleep. So there are times I do get up and do things, but I just been, my body is just, so my goal is to mail it out tomorrow, Wednesday at the latest. And I'm saying that because Wednesday I'm working as a manager down there, so I have to go out. And because I print my own labels here, I just have to go in the post office and just drop it and down the chute. And so definitely Wednesday at the latest, I will mail out you and Joe's boxes because they've just been sitting here. And I know I told y'all I was going to try and mail it Monday at the latest. Thank you about the look, Michelle. I just did not anticipate these migraines. Ugh. Like, not at all. Now we are going to take, I want to take this one. I like this shade. That is Divine. Maybe that's why I like it. And it would be easy to do monochromatic because there's 2 greens in here. You know what I mean? We could have did, but I don't want to do that. And sometimes when people say, oh, that would pair nice with, you know, such and such palette, but they're both the same color stories. And so I'm like, where's the excitement? Like, no rush. No, definitely Wednesday. And so I'll go up. Oh, see, that light turned out. It's going to stay lit long. And it doesn't have a gauge on there to tell, like, what percentage is at as far as how long the light will last. But I did like that on over there because it's the shadow over here otherwise. And I don't know what it's from. Like, I really don't. Because even when I moved this mirror over there, like further away, it was still a shadow, like in the middle of the screen. Yeah, and I haven't even printed the labels. I did measure the boxes, though. I did measure the boxes. One of them had on the bottom what the dimensions were. I did measure the other one, and I did weigh both of them, and I put a note on them. So I just need to just do the labels. I have not done any work on my computer. My desk is looking fucking crazy. It's just, y'all, like I have not been able to do much. I missed that light being on already because this is looking kind of dark over here. And so I do apologize for that because it was my goal, and I told y'all that was my goal, and I like to stick to what I say I'm gonna do. I'm one of them people. Like, even though you're saying, you know, it's okay, don't worry about it, no rush, in my mind I'm like, but I said I was going to send it Monday at the latest, right? And so like that you know, all we really have is our word. And I know you do understand, and dealing with migraines, I mean, like, I know, I do feel like it's justified. Like, but what I feel bad about is I'm not doing what I said. Like, that's serious to me. My word is serious to me. I just did not anticipate. But I have not done any work on my computer. My desk is crazy. I need to redo some labels. It is something in this eye. I have stuff to label. I need to update my inventory in my binder. On one of the person's faces I did, they gave consent to be on my website in the post. I haven't even done that. I just have not been functional. Fully functional, I should say. I don't think I'm ever really fully functional, but I'm less fully functional than, it is something in this eye. I don't see it. I don't know where it is, but I can feel it. I can feel it. And I heard you talking about it in your video today, and I'm like, oh damn. And I looked over at the boxes. I was like, fuck. And one of my bags from the weekend is still in my car. And my goal was to bring it up today so I can go ahead and wash stuff, because I wash the cloths I use. I wash the 2 sheets. Because sometimes they end up dragging on the floor, and I'm just like, no, you know. And so I haven't done any. I have been eating, though, which is good. I have been staying hydrated, because that makes a big difference. I want to blend this out, because this is looking, I do like the look, because y'all know I do like graphic stuff. Y'all do know. And now it's, what is, you know what? It's one of these shadows flaking in my eye, because now I feel something over here. I am glad for this request that Locke made, because I'm like, And y'all know I love troll play, y'all know. But the way I'm feeling, I'm just like, okay, it's just an eye look and just freckles. I'm like, okay. Like, it's not anything complicated to do. Um, so I was thankful for this. And I think it does kind of break up all the other stuff. I want to blend it, but then I don't. Because this is definitely an outer V. And usually my outer V's just turn into outer corners because this ends up filled in. And so I'm going to keep it that way because it does look graphic. And y'all know I do like that. Also, was a skinny queen last night? I wanted to laugh. She's like, is it me or do you hiccup more in your videos? I'm like, no, I really do. We're going to... That was funny to me. Oh, y'all, this shadow is in my eyes. And it hurts. When I blink, I can feel it. It feels like it's scratching. What am I doing? We're going to take this Makeup Forever brush and we're going to take this shade, Divine, and we're going to put that under the eye. So we're going to tie that in, and it's going to probably make it turn purple because we're putting this purplish, reddish, whatever on top of a blue. It's wet right here too. My eyes are tearing. Some of those lipsticks from last night, I'm gonna redo the labels because I wasn't paying attention. Because when I'm right-hand dominant, so when I open it this way, the label wording was this way. So that's why I had to like turn it over. And so I'm like, I'm gonna redo them so when I look at it this way, I can read what it says. It's the little things, y'all. It's the little things. And I didn't realize that when I put them labels on there. Y'all be wasting label paper. Not intentionally. I like this brush for under here because I can get, as you see, like right up under my lash line. And we'll probably take another shade to blow it down. But I do love this brush for this. I do have fallout. I see a bunch of specks over here. And I do like what that turned into. I do like that better. It's not going to stay connected because my outer corners tear as well. And when people connect inside with liner, I'm like, I don't never do that because it's not going to stay. Am I missing messages? No. Awesome. What am I doing? I don't know. We're going to hallucination. We're going to take this shade. And this is an E45. And we're going to put that up here. Yeah. So our next giveaway is going to be the Natasha giveaway. 2 winners. One prize will be Retro Glam. And the other prize will be Xenon. If you don't have either one of those, if you've been wanting one of those, just go ahead and enter. Because unbeknownst to me, I understand why the troll fam doesn't answer, because y'all have said, you know, I have enough makeup, you know, stuff like that, and I appreciate that because I don't condone hoarding. Hey David, thank you. And I don't condone hoarding, and so I do appreciate that. But whoever else watches, it's just like, okay, nobody don't want to enter. Okay. So yeah, it's going to be those two are going to be next, and those are the ones that I said we would do for the 2K. And once we're sure we stay over it, and I think I'm at 2070. Hey Alicia, I have an itch in my nose. Wanting what? The makeup, like some of the makeup I give away. Some of you would be like, I have enough makeup already, or I have some of the color stories, and so I'm not going to enter. Where some people, they enter just because they just want more stuff, period. They don't care what it is. And there are some people's channels I have gone to, and every other video is them showing something they won. And I'm just like, damn, like that's your, like, okay. No shade. I'm just making an observation. We're going to take this brush that we love, and I want to take that white from Ensley Rain to put under here, but I try to keep the number of shadows even. So we're going to take Crown, this shade, and put that for under our brow. And so that'll be the next giveaway. I just have to look and see where to plug it in. And then, you know, put the rules in the description box. But that'll be the next one. That's nice. Oh my gosh, I love this brush for this because I can get like right under my brow. If you carve out your brows with concealer and block them off and all of that, this shape brush, I'm not going to say this brush, but this shape brush, because it is so thin, it gives you a lot of control. It goes exactly where you want it. And if you were using concealer or something, then just use the side of it and just blend it down, which I don't do because we accept our features here. We want natural look. I was telling one of the clients that I did, what else we're going to put on? Oh, for lower lash line. This is good for a powdery brush. This says it's an eyeshadow brush. Angle shading. This brush is too flimsy for eyeshadow on my lid, but I found that I love it for under here. And so we're going to take, the shade is called Rabbit Hole, okay? And it's ironic considering what we talked about earlier. We're going to take, we're going to take that shade and put it on the lower lash line. Sounds like Riri giveaways. You won 4 giveaways this year, 2 of which I didn't even know you entered. I heard you saying that you were like, you just commented, and I was just like, oh. Was it stuff that you were excited to get, or were you like, okay, I didn't know I entered and I don't want it? Or was it stuff that you were really like, oh, wow, that's really cool. Oh, okay, this is dark. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, at first I thought I had put too much, but it blends out really well. This brush is really good for this. Y'all, it is Ensley Rain in my eye. This ain't one of those cocky sessions. So we getting in my eye. Have you ever tried drag makeup, stage makeup? I think would be good. No, I haven't, but I'll tell you this though. Janessa J Champagne, who's in the chat right now, she does drag makeup, and it is amazing. And so if you click on her, I don't know if it'll take you there, but if you click on her name, it may take you to her channel. And her and I have done quite a few collabs before. Her makeup is amazing, but she does drag makeup. Very graphic, very bold. I just love it. But no, I haven't tried it personally. But I do creative looks. I have a playlist called Troll Play, and that's when I just do shit to my face to see what happens. And I do enjoy doing that, like just doing stuff to just see. But not drag specifically. No, I have not. Give me not government. I don't see anybody behind me. So I'll say that's why they're not talking to me, because there's nobody there. Have you had your meds today? Oh, damn, Janet got rid of them already. I was gonna say, have you taken your meds today to keep you from hallucinating? I love it that you wanted, Janet, but sometimes I be trying to pick with people and I look up, they be gone. But I thank you for what you do, because I don't want to be distracting to the chat and to the live. But, you know, sometimes I just be like, I'll play along a little bit. I like to see you and Janessa trade makeup. I don't think I could. I don't think I could do that. You know, I could do that. and not in a bad way. So please, Janessa, don't be like, what the fuck? Because I'm thinking about her shapes, like her eye, the shadow shapes, because they are usually just kind of like how I round out my shapes and my brows. Like hers are more like triangular a little bit. And I was thinking about that grin look that I did, that smile look where it was just really graphic, but just, and then and so that's what I was just, when I was sitting here like this, that's what I was thinking about. So I would have to really sit and like look, or like for my troll plays, now that I came to my senses, just put my laptop over here and look at the picture, because then I see the colors versus printing them in black and white. And so I could. This is tearing, y'all. Look at this. Damn Ensley rain is in my eye. So what do we have left to do? Upper lash line, mascara, lips. How many did we use? I don't know how many we used, and I don't really feel up to counting right now because y'all know I'd be like, we used 5 from this one and that. I'm just, I can't even say what I am. I don't even know. Upper lash line. I'm thinking we'll do, do I want to do a red? That would be interesting. The question is, can Janessa do a tone down? Because she's been doing what she does, y'all, over 20 years. So it's like, excuse me, even though I do, like, this is more colorful than I've done lately, and I am here for it, but I got all sorts of granules in my eyes. I'm just like, it's uncomfortable. Every time I blink, it feels like something is scratching. I'm looking at this, trying to figure. Thank you, Alicia. And this is what I'm saying. When maybe a week or so ago, collab. It's not only up to me. Y'all gotta get on Janessa too. I'm here for it. So Tanya said that she's a member. Michelle said that she's a member. So if Janessa says yes, then we will do that. That might be great for Vlogmas. And I do want to collab with her again for Vlogmas. Tell people to trust the process. Yeah, sometimes it is just trust the process. So like a couple weeks ago, let me look at this and figure this out. A couple weeks ago, when I was saying how it was bothering me that I love color, I love, messy grunge, I love goth looks, but I found myself doing a lot where the majority of my looks were just monochromatic, ethereal looks. And I said it was bothering me. Like, why am I not doing like what I love? And so doing this, I'm like, yes. But it was bothering me. Like, why do I keep doing more and more of this stuff that doesn't get me? And they are easy because monochromatic, you can't mess up. It's going to flow together. It's going to work. Where this is like, we'll just put this here next to the purple and see, or we'll just put this over here. And I'm like, I like it. I like it. Thank you for continuing and fighting through your migraine soldier. I'm a disabled Army veteran, so thank you. You're welcome. Sometimes I'm not able to function through it, and it's because it's been trying to start since I got up, actually. My alarm woke me up at 6:30, so it's not full blown because there are some I cannot function through. And this is even pushing it, sitting in front of the lights and stuff like that. I'm thinking this blue because I want to do something different. We're going to do this blue. This duo is Neon Nights. We're going to take that blue. Did Dawn sneak in? I don't see her. Attention, we have done. Yes, we have. All right, y'all. Yeah. We have done a lot of fun collabs. We're using that dark blue. I'm putting water in it. Well, I dipped the brush in the water. Oh wow, thank you for your service. This is my first time on here. Is it? Your name looks familiar to me for some reason. You sure you haven't been here before? I appreciate you chatting with us because I look at the numbers and I see how many people it says is in here, and then it's like only maybe like 7 people chatting, and so I appreciate that you came in and started talking to us. Yeah, but your name looks familiar. And this is wet in here. It's already starting to bleed. That's the only thing with water-activated liners, that if my eyes tear, it's just going to move the water-activated liner because it's wet. So I maybe shouldn't have did that because I already knew my eyes were tearing. I wasn't thinking. I was thinking of that color, though. Your first time. Well, thank you for being here. And it is nice to make your acquaintance. Yeah, I appreciate you. Yeah, I love when new people come and they actually chat. And I do try to make it a point to stay caught up on the chat so that I can talk to people. Because it's just rude. Somebody comes in, visits you, and they speak, and you don't speak back. Well, me being the one not speaking back. So I do try to do that, Alexandra. Oh, y'all, this, look at, damn it. Yeah. Y'all see that? Because my eyes are tearing, so it's moving the water activated liner. But I wanted that blue. I used to love Inglot for that reason, because they have like bold colors like this. But y'all, Inglot is hard to get off. Oh my gosh. When it dries. And that's what drew me to the water activated, because it's easy to get on. It's easy to get off. You just, something wet and just wipe over it. It just comes right off. But the downside is my eyes are teary. It's going to do that. And even though I had decluttered my Inglot, I repurchased almost every color and put it in my kit. I really did, y'all. I really did. And I'm glad I did, because that's one of the only things that works with the stencil. The cream paints will, but you got to set them. Whereas Inglot, when it dries, it dries. The downside to using Inglot for stencils is it doesn't wash out. So whatever stencil I use, after I use it, it goes in the trash. But the stencils were really inexpensive, and so I didn't mind it. It's funny, I typically say hello and be quiet and watch. I'm surprised that I've been as interactive myself. I appreciate it. Because you're not rude either. So, like, since I've been talking to you, like, you talk back. That's how it goes here. You talk to us, we talk back. And, you know, other people in here, they say hi to everybody. If somebody had, you know, a rough day, you know, last live stream, they'll ask like, say you had a bad day today and you were like, oh, the day was bad, da da da. When you came, if you come back the next live stream, people will ask you, hey, CM, like, how's everything working out? Like, yeah, we really take an interest. It is something in his eye. We really take an interest in how each other are doing. And I love that. I love that. Because some chats I go into and it's just like crickets. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, it's not very welcoming here. Like, yeah, the makeup is nice. The topic is good. But, and it's not about being seen, but it's like, well, damn, like, do y'all talk to each other? Or y'all just sit and just watch like you're at the movies? These are in the same place, but this side is thicker than this side, and I think we're going to leave it. We're going to do the mascara, figure out a lip, and exaggerate the freckles, and then we'll be done. You're right, I've been in the chats where they pay you dust. Like, where they at? That's funny. But yeah, you're right though. You're right. And for me, that's one of the most fun parts, because I enjoy the makeup anyway. But for me, the interaction, I love it. I just love talking to y'all. And it makes it more fun, me doing what I do, because it's like, okay, I can just sit here and just, but, you know, communicating with y'all, like, I love that. So it's not like, okay, I'm just sitting here by myself doing a regular video. And I think that's why, that is why I like live so much. We're going to blow this side down because this being wet is just making that side come down. Where was that brush and what was that shade? That was from Underland. Some chatters only really want to chat with the host. That too. That too. We're going to take that shade again, the rabbit shade. So we're going to bring this side down because the other side is down from my tearing. I like that. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you, Janet. Excuse me if you heard that in my throat. And is the stuff that I like. So it's just like, why was I stuck on that monochromatic ethereal train? It might have been the palettes I had because I did get that nature palette, which y'all know ain't got no damn color in it. Portia! Hey girl, hey! You living it? I do too. And I do think Inglot has a shade like that too. Hey Portia! Portia and I know each other in person, face to face, y'all. So she's just not like, oh, y'all see her in the chat all the time. We cool. No, we know each other for real. Yeah. And she's a writer too. I say I'm a sometimes writer because I don't know what happened during COVID. I just stopped doing a lot of things. I haven't really written anything or edited anything. And I have a lot of writing, y'all. Like, it's just ridiculous. But I just haven't done any work on any of that stuff. But Portia is consistent with her writing. So this is Tower 28. Who's Billy? The liner's giving Cleopatra vibes to me. Oh, hey, Billy. I was like, who that? So I'm looking to see. How you doing, Billy? I don't know what I was thinking about when I saw Hey, Billy. I don't know what I was thinking about. I still don't know. I was thinking of a movie character or something. Where's Diane? Did I miss Diane? Hey, Diane, how are you? And that's another reason I love that the troll can be talking to people, because then I missed it. And then I'll scroll back and be like, where they at? How you doing, Diane? Thank you for being here. My mother's name was Diane. She changed her name to Diani, but her name was Diane. And hers was 2 N's instead of 1. And we have Billy. You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about the movies Dead Silence, because the ventriloquist dummy name was Billy. If y'all seen Dead Silence, let me know. And I'm not saying you're a dummy. I'm not saying that. But my brain has these weird associations. I'm not going to say weird, because just like Tanya, she's always like, this reminds me of that look. This reminds me of that. This reminds me of that. So your name, I was like, okay, that's making me think of something. But it was making me think of the ventriloquist doll named Billy. So have y'all seen... Thank you, David. Have y'all seen Dead Silence? Do you want to play a game? No, that was the Saw movies, Janessa, right? Do you want to play a game? Yo, why is that doll so fucking creepy? The one on the bike. Because it don't even look scary. But it's just creepy how it just wills itself out and then it just sits there and then it's like, oh, hell no. Hell to the no, no, no. Like, that shit is creepy. Yeah, Dead Silence. Ooh, when that little boy with a coroner, when he was a kid and the dad was like, don't go in there, whatever, and he went in there and he's like standing on a stool. So we know what's going to happen, right? We know it's going to fall over. So he's standing on the stool. Y'all, look at this liner up here. My eyes are tearing and it's just like traveling. Like, where are you going? And so he's on a stool holding the side of the coffin. So, of course, it fell over on him. Y'all, that thing was creepy. Did y'all know that the dad wasn't alive? I didn't know until, like, the end. Did y'all know that, though? Because sometimes people just pick up on stuff. I didn't know. But I'm like, that is fucking weird. It was cool, though, that the stepmom was the witchamajigget. That was really cool. And that was, which Wahlberg was that? Was that Donnie Wahlberg? One of the Wahlberg brothers? And they all do kind of look and sound alike. Just like the Busey brothers, Gary Busey and the other ones, they all kind of sound the same, too. They don't all look like exactly alike, but it's something with how they speak that when I hear them speak, I'm like, that's one of the Busey boys. Kind of like Sixth Sense. Yeah, I didn't know to the end, but some people might have known. I'm the only man in here, LGBTQ plus. You're not the only if you identify as queer, you're not the only queer person in the chat right now. I can say that for sure. You are not at all. And we welcome everybody here. Yo, who is that fucking numbnut that came in talking about something about trans? And I'm like, you know what? You're about to get put out because we accept everybody here. I was thinking about again, y'all, how you always mix up Nick Nolte and Gary Busey. I could see that. Because it's just something, I don't know. I think it's their face shapes or something. But yeah, I didn't think about that before, but you saying it now, yeah, I can see that. When that dude was like, don't have a job, like when I thought about it later, which made what he said even more stupid, was 45, 47 been firing people since he got in January. Shutting down agencies and the Doge thing, firing people, getting rid of people. So is it really strange that some people don't have a job? So when I thought about that, that made it even more stupid, what he said. But I'm just like, dude, the government is shut down right now, and some people are getting actually fired. They get laid off, and then they're receiving a notice that they're going to be fired. So it's just like, this is not the time to be like, do y'all not have a job? Because a lot of people are losing their fucking jobs. And I can say this, like if I worked at a government job, these two lashes right here just always want to just stay together. They just want to hang out. They're antisocial. Why am I putting that where it don't belong? I think Alec is clearly recognizable. Yes, he is. He is. The others sometimes run into each other for me. Yeah. The Wahlbergs and the Busey boys. One of the Busey boys was in the movie Identity. Excuse me. He was in that. What am I doing? Alec, yeah. You can't tell the Baldwins apart. I know the Baldwin. Yeah, they do. You still have Tales in the Crib. Gary and his son. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's like 5 of the Wahlberg brothers. So on the journey. Yeah, I didn't know till 6 Cents at the end. And one of my cousins was like, I knew that from the beginning. I'm like, what? Like, how? Like, what? Thank you for the hearts. I did see the Twilight Zone episode with the ventriloquist. Yeah, the doll from Saw is named Billy. Billy, where are you? I'm over here, mother. 2026 bucket your seatbelt because it's hard for me to like. I'm like, we already like 10 months into this. I'm just like, what the hell? Like, what the fuck else can happen? Yo, this is like traveling to, I don't know where it's going. All right, let me do the lip and then we're going to get these freckles on and then we'll be done. I want to get rid of one of these, but I don't think I'm ready to let one of them go yet. Both of these are grays. Both of these are notoriously morbids. This is If Looks Could Kill. Metallic Smoky Silver. This is somber matte metallic gunmetal. So metallic smoky silver, matte metallic gunmetal. I don't know how a matte can be metallic, but that's what they say. These three I'm always looking at to get rid of, or thinking if I want to get rid of them, just because of what it is. But it is a nice goth color. This one is the clear one. It looks like it's not because I use it to put on top of other stuff, and so it's clear. And it says Holo Batgirl, so it's supposed to be just like a holographic clear thing, but it looks like it's not because it's mixed with other stuff. And then this one, which I don't use often. You never stood how it could possibly get worse. Exactly, Janessa. I'm just like, what else the fuck can happen? Like, it just like boggles my mind. I'm like, what? And what's the most fucked up thing about it is they keep letting him get away with shit. So he's gonna keep doing more shit. So it's just like I was so proud though. We're gonna put Somber over here and the other one over here because I do want to figure out which one to keep or not to keep, but I'm not ready to get rid of them yet though. This one I just got opened in September. This one I opened in February, so they're both fairly new. So we're gonna put Somber over here. It's like, what else can happen? I'm gonna push a lot of people over the edge. What I was so proud of, y'all, when when I saw the thumbnails for No King's protest, and it was just a mass of people, and I'm just like, and then they would show different clips from different cities, and it was just like thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And I'm like, which one of y'all motherfuckers voted for him? No. No, I'm just joking. But now I think about it, like, yeah, y'all out there now, but y'all really thought shit was going to be different. I just need y'all vote. But anyway, I was just really proud because I was just like, oh, and they say it was like 7 million people between like all the, like 2,700 cities. And I was just like, damn. So even just looking at the thumbnails, it's just like, you don't see no grass, you don't see no trees. It's just, I was just like, wow. So that gave me a little bit of hope. Like, but we need, what needs to happen is the Supreme Court need to stop bitching up and just do what the fuck they supposed to do and adhere to the Constitution. That's what the fuck they need to do because they have the last say. So it's just like, but anyway, but I did feel really, I felt encouraged, like just seeing, and some people they were interviewed, like some people they were wheeling in their wheelchairs, and old vets they're walking with their walkers with the canes, and then you got the younger folk that's like, hey, being all, it's just like everybody, every ethnicity, whatever they believe in, like they all came together, and that's what gave me a glimmer of hope for this country, a glimmer of hope for this country. I mean, it's just like, and that's larger than the No Kings protest before. But they're saying 7 million people across the United States. Yeah, so that gives me a little bit of hope. Supreme Court is a joke. Too many of his points. And that don't mean they still can't flip and change their mind. No, that's the thing. Like, what the fuck, y'all? Like, are you? And now he's tearing up. He want to do the fucking ballroom. So you're just gonna just destroy the beautiful rose garden to put this gaudy ass ballroom. He is just desperate. I apologize for being political, y'all, because I really try hard not to. But then once I get going, I'm going. You just destroy this beautiful rose garden because you want to put this gaudy ballroom. And what it is, y'all, he's desperate to just have his name on something that will be here after he's gone. That's what the meme coin was about. That's what the crypto is about. That's what, the ballroom. But then that can be taken down by the next president. But then he told us if he got in, we wouldn't have to vote again. So there's that part. So he's just desperate to just have his name on shit. I'm talking about, oh, they said I should get the Nobel Peace Prize. Nobody ain't tell you that shit. Nobody ain't tell you you should get the Nobel Peace Prize. Pissed off because your son didn't get into Harvard because y'all fucking idiot. Like, he just wants his name just to be somewhere where it's just like forever. That's the bottom line. Obama is speaking out, and I love him. I love that man. I still have on one of my kitchen cabinets, I printed a picture, but my picture was black and white, of the family picture with the symbol behind him. It's still on my cabinet from when he first won the election. I have never taken it down. He's going to get his one book library. So this is somber. And that's what it is. He just wants to like live on forever. And it's just like, dude, just. And he does dumb shit. When he wanted all the military leaders, I imagine some of them had to be pissed. Like, you mean I need to fly out here from doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which is my job, to sit here and listen to this idiot speak? They said that was unprecedented and unheard of to have that many military leaders in one place at the same fucking time, and all of us know where it is and when, because it was a scheduled whatever it was. And they were like, that is not a good idea. And that's why, like, nobody has ever done that, because you can take out all the top military leaderships just this one day at this time because you got all them motherfuckers in the same building because you're stupid. Like, they just don't be thinking. Or they just don't care. They were like, this has never been done before because that would be an easy ass target, because you got all of them right here. The top military leaders around the world, all in the same place. That don't even make no fucking sense. Nothing he does is a good idea. I love Obama's funny skits with his. And this one is If Looks Could Kill. This does seem more matte, even though it says matte metallic, but we're gonna, and this one says just metallic. South Park, I have never really got into that show. South Park is laying it to him and you love it. When I worked at, it wasn't the Rugrats. Excuse me, this is back in 97, 98. I worked in a girls' group home. And the girls came home from school and they told, and it was a Christian run organization. So they were telling, like, my supervisor, they were like, oh, you should watch this. I want to say it was South Park, but I'm not sure. They were like, oh, you got to watch this cartoon. It's so funny. Blah, blah, blah. See, y'all, look at these. Like, these are, like, too close for me to want to keep them both. But I haven't had them that long. This one I had since February. And I am leaning, the top looks the same as this one. So why is the bottom looking shiny? Excuse me, this one is a little bit deeper, just a little bit. So that's the one I'm leaning towards. But they came home from school and they were like, you need to watch this cartoon. Like, it's so funny. Da, 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 da. So after dinner, we sat down to watch it, and they were talking about carpet munchers and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, wait. He was like, turn that shit off. I'm like, ooh, you curse, preacher? Like, he was like, why y'all come here talking about we need to watch that show? And they were like, what? Because they teenage girls. They were like, what? He's like, we are banning that show. Y'all are not to watch that cartoon. He was like, what? Like, wait a minute. They are close. Yeah, this one is a little more shiny. Metallic smoky silver. And it's weird because the top lip looks the same. But the bottom, this looks shinier. But y'all know I like the darkness, though. So he was like, y'all are forbidden to watch this cartoon in this house. And I didn't know either. So I was just like, wait, what they say? Because I was like doing something. I'm like, what are they I'm like, oh. He went off. And they were like, what? So, and I know it's just a matter of time because I keep going back to these, like which one to get rid of. And I think it's going to be this one because I like this one because it's a little bit darker and not even by much. But I like this one because most of my Notoriously Morbid is in tubes and there's only 3 of these that's in the squares. So I'm just like, I don't know. And we're going to do these faux freckles, the speckle pen. Whew, this eye, y'all. I'm going to take a My Way Med after this live. I need to figure out what I'm going to fix to eat. Thank you for the hearts. So this looked weird before when I did it, just to put a few, but she did say exaggerate them. And I was trying to put them like where I have freckles. And as you can see, if you remember from before I put the foundation on, it's like where they all go. But if you look close, like you can still see some. But if I put a dot where every freckle is, it's going to look crazy. And she said, don't tap them out. And so, and I did use the lighter one. The lighter one is called Toffee. And she said she liked this shade better, and so do I. Because that one was a lighter shade, more like a caramel color or something. I'm trying to move this so that the glare isn't there with the shadow. But so we're going to do this one. And it is very stiff, which is good because you do just want to get a point. But so, and I have so many. It's like, do I tap as many as I see? But she said exaggerate my freckles. Who's leaving? Oh, thank you, Alexandra. Okay, sleep well. Sleep well. Thank you for being here. And also, this behind this eye is where my migraine happens. And so sometimes just the pressure I feel back there behind my eye, that'll make it tear too. But this is the more problematic eye. This eye is more likely to tear than this one, just in general. but I definitely feel the pressure. I'm gonna take a pill, migraine med. And I think it's not, don't take more than, I forget how many, within like 24 hours. I will say this though, what I can really say, even with the treatments I get, I do get half as many migraine days as I used to, which is amazing. And I think like for times like now, that's why it's not fully formed, because the treatment is doing what it's to do. It's just when it's like over, I don't know what I'm saying. It's like, it just gets to a point sometimes where it's going to just fully form, like no matter what. And I remember before I started getting the treatments, I have never felt the migraine start and then it just stops and goes away. Like that has never happened. And the first time that happened, I was just like, damn, because I felt it forming and then it just dissipated, and that had never happened before. I was like, holy shit. So when he asked me like, is it working, because that was after like the first treatment, when I noticed that, I said, yeah. I said, one started to form and then it just went away, like it didn't form. And I said, that has never happened. If I felt one starting, it was full blown, period, no questions asked. So it is working. I'm trying to see where they are. This shadow is in my way too. Thank you, Alicia. You don't pay attention. I do, because you can, yeah, I do. I do. And so, but I really do think that's why it's not full blown yet. Because we've been here, oh shit, we've been here almost 2 hours. And it's still kind of where it was. I feel the pressure just a little bit more, but it's not really bad from where I started when we started here. And I do believe that that is from the treatment. Yo, I got so many fucking freckles. And I love my freckles. And I know it's a bunch here, but I can't see them with the shadow. It looked like I didn't even put concealer on under here. Sometimes I think to just stop putting concealer under there. One of the things I love about the clients that I have, I ask them, what do they normally do to their brows, whether they wear makeup or not. And most of them are like, I don't do anything to my brows. And I love that, because even when they block them off, concealer, all of that, it does look nice, but it doesn't look natural. And y'all know I want people to still look like who they are. And so sometimes I'll fill in just a little bit, but I don't never do that whole, I don't never do that. And they don't want me to do that. And so I really like that, because if they wanted it, I would do it. But then deep down, I would be like, I don't like it because it don't look natural. You know what I'm saying? Because it is more important to me, hey Kylie, that they like the look more than I do. But I also want to be proud of the work I did. You know what I mean? And so, but even if they loved it and they were like, oh, do, the concealer thing and feather and all that stuff, I would like it, but I wouldn't be proud of it, because I want people to still look like who they are, if that makes sense. And so thankfully, nobody has been like, oh yeah, dude, you snatched my brow. See, exaggerate my freckles. I look like I got chicken pox. Yeah, just that I was reconnecting. Hey, Kylie. Oh my God, where have you been? I am here almost every day. I do lives 3 days a week for the month of October, and I have videos going up on the days I don't do lives. And so I've been here. Where you been at, Kylie? Because I've been here. Where you been at? You've been hiding from us. When you switched from Advil to Aleve and only needed 2 or 3 at most per episode. So, y'all, my stuff is too strong for that. That ain't do nothing for me. They didn't do nothing for me. Nothing at all. It was like just taking a placebo. Like, what the hell? Trying to see where I see them. Because this foundation does cover up the majority of them. I stopped using that toner spray because I noticed the other day, a few days ago, I had more bumps on my forehead than usual. And I always have bumps on my forehead since I was in my 20s. Like, seriously, I kid you not. But I was having more and more of the raised ones, like this one right here. And this, so I had, and this one. So I've been having more raised bumps. So I'm like, you know what? So I poured the toner down the drain and threw the bottle in the trash. And one reason that I don't like the bumps, I don't know what it is. And it might be like how this thing was, or the bump I had under my lip, and they actually had to like, this one, they did a really tiny incision, and then they were able just to push it and it popped out. This one, she had to dig into my skin and pull it out, and it was like two little white balls in there. So that's whatever this is. But I don't care enough to be like, yeah, can you just remove them? Because she said they might come back. But this one hasn't come back. This one hasn't come back. And this is just a scar. It looked better before she did it. So I'm like, why did I not just leave it? But she was like, well, we should just check it, remove it, send it to the lab just to see if it is, something. But it was nothing. It was benign. She told me what it was. I don't remember. But I do remember her saying it was benign. But I don't mind the ones on my forehead because even if you see a bump or there is a color in here, it looks like it's a greenish type color. I'm like, it blends in with my freckles. So I'm like, it could just be there. I don't care. And if I asked them to remove it, like they would, but it's just like, why? She was concerned about the one here because she didn't know if it was going to leave a scar, but the incision was so small. And it was really small. But when I went like this, you can see the bump, like how you see these bumps. And one time I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was doing something. I went like this. She was like, what's that thing under your lip? And it had been there for like 10 years. But whatever face I made, she noticed it. But it really wasn't. Like, nobody else was ever like, what is that? She's like, well, I can take that one off too, but it might scar, like how this one scarred. But, so I don't know, maybe I will one day. Like, I don't know. Like, what y'all think? Just leave the bumps? Because they've been there since I've been in my 20s. So, like, to me, it's just a part of my face. And Locke is not even here, y'all. And this is her request to exaggerate my freckles. And she said, don't tap them. Look like I got chicken pox. Let me try and go on a plane with this on. Y'all, people about to start losing their minds up in here, up in here. The longer this shutdown goes on, people are like, nah, fuck this. I ain't going to work. It's, oh, man, it is just crazy. Uh-oh. That one is too big. So I'm still just trying to see where I can visibly see my freckles. I ain't going to go all the way back there. But y'all know we did have more because it was just like this whole area. But that foundation, y'all, is full coverage for sure. You want all the moles off my face. Are yours the raised ones, or are they, and that's not even a mole, it's something else, or are they flat? And I do have a skin tag somewhere, but I forget where. I got a freckle on my earlobe. I forget where though. Because I thought I had a bump somewhere or something. And so when I tried to, because I like stuff smooth. If there's a bump, I'm going to pick it. And it wasn't coming off. And then as I kept trying to pick it, it started to hurt. And I'm just like, okay, wait, that's a skin tag. Let me leave that alone. And there is like something right here because I could feel it. And so that might be, one of whatever that is. I don't know. Almost everyone I know has been laid off. Wow, since January? Damn, your mom is an essential federal worker, so she has to work without pay until they pass a budget. That is horrible. That's just crazy. Because then if they do bring all them people back, they got to do back pay. And so it's not saving the country any money because you still got to pay it. Because they're all around. So yours are the raised ones, Tanya? I feel for your mom because I'd be like, you ain't paying me. Nah, just say I'm on vacation and I stay at her home. It's just crazy. Because they're all around my left eye predominantly. Maybe there are skin tags, but they're a nuisance. Maybe go to the dermatologist and have them tell you what they are. if you're able to do so. I'm just trying to see if I'm not going to do the ones that's like in my hairline. So I think this will be it. Look, there's a freckle over here, that little dark spot. Y'all got I never noticed the one on my earlobe before, but it's like now that I'm really like looking. Relax said, exaggerate my freckles. Y'all know I take member requests seriously because I'm really like looking for where I see more that's not covered up with the foundation to see where else can I do that. So y'all, this is the look. It's just weird the top looks like the bottom, but the bottom looks different. I think I'm gonna call it because I keep going back to it. I'm gonna get rid of this one. That's this one. I'm gonna get rid of that one. I want to just call it for these two because I keep going back to them to get rid of them. Especially this one because I don't use that. And this is just a clear one. We're going to get rid of this. Well, you know what? Let's do something really quick if y'all don't mind. We're going to put these on. Oh, you know, wait, let me take pictures first. Y'all, this the way that traveled. Oh, so let's not do one with the eyes closed. So those are the pictures. Thank you. Last night I forgot to do that, so I had to like be quick and snatch one where I wasn't like, where it's looking like I'm moving. But I did get two good pictures, and I did put them on what I put them on Instagram. I was surprised that I got two good ones that didn't look like I was moving, or I wasn't like. So those would be the pictures. So when I pause to do it, I'm like, okay, let's take pictures, and so then I know to get ready to push the button. I'd probably be on music, hard pill to swallow, working with no pay. I know, and that's why like some people started calling out, which it creates more work for the other ones that do. This look like chicken pox, but I understand it, and people are like, how are we going to pay our damn bills? So this is Hollow Back Girl. This smells so good. It smells like candy. So this is just a clear. I'm gonna keep this one. I'll tell you why. It is a liquid lipstick. And I remember telling y'all how if I put a gloss over top of a liquid lipstick, it'll break down the matteness of the liquid lipstick. Because this is a liquid lipstick, it won't do that. So I'll keep this one for if I do just want to have a little shine. Which I don't that often, so if I do, I'll just use a shimmer lipstick. That might be good over one of the Sephora ones, because all of my Sephora ones are mattes. This one, excuse me. And even like the healthcare thing, like I something I started doing for me, a lot of places are deferring payments. Chase is doing that with some of the mortgage loans, credit cards, day-to-day living. That's probably, yeah. Excuse me. I remember saying before, and I say it quite often, that me being a disabled veteran is both a blessing and a curse. This one is persnickety. It's a blessing and a curse. The curse is I am in pain somewhere in my body every fucking day. The blessing is that I don't pay for any health care. I don't pay health care. I don't have a copay. I don't pay for prescriptions. And I know people who can't afford, you know, their medications. Hey, Joe, thank you. This was Locke's request. Her member request was to exaggerate my freckles. And I used the speckled pen that Janessa has sent me. And so it's both sides of the coin for me. It's a blessing and it's a curse. So that is this one. And so this doesn't do much. I apologized earlier to Michelle, Joe, and I'm apologizing to you as well. Both of y'all boxes are still sitting here. And I know I said I would try to, well, my goal was to mail it out by Monday. I've been dealing with migraines the last couple of days that I did not anticipate at all. So I think I'm going to get rid of this one too. We're going to put this one on. I'll probably get rid of this one too. Hi, Tashay. That's a runway name. Watch Tashay sashay down this runway. Ah. How are you doing tonight? So we're just going to put this over here where we didn't put the other stuff. And also the VA, like I don't pay taxes either. And so even though my health is not fun, I try to look at the bright side. And so, and they make sure I go for my follow-ups and stuff. So that's, I'm gonna hold on to this one. You know what, we're not gonna hold on to this one because I'm thinking, and we're not gonna hold on to this one either. Well, we're gonna keep this one if I just want because Sephora stuff, the Sephora cream collection lipsticks, they only work well with themselves, and so this wouldn't work over that. I'm going to get rid of this one. We're going to get rid of this one. We're going to get rid of it. So we're just getting rid of all of those, and we're getting rid of this one. And these three I just opened in March this year, and they came in a mystery bundle thing. And so we're getting rid of all 4 of those. Yes, we're going to do that. So we'll just have this gray left. This gray. And that left. Tashay. You're working, not able to comment much. I'm always watching. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I love that. We are a multitasking bunch here, like seriously. Like, whew. But so that is kind of cute though. But no, we're not going to keep that. We're not going to keep that. We're going to get rid of that. So y'all, this is the look. This. Let me move this mirror. So the lip looks like a dual chrome. So you see that base gray, but then it's like all these other colors, which does kind of work with the look. I love this look. This is very bold. This is bold. I love it. And the blue gives it that punk vibe and all of my freckles. So I'm loving that. Normal Dude is back. Welcome back. We ready to go. So we have finished up everything. This was a lot longer than I thought. Thank you, y'all, for bearing with me when I'm not well and then when I go off on tangents and stuff like that. Deep down, I think y'all like it when I be going off, though, for real. Deep down, I think y'all do be like, yeah, girl, get it. Go ahead, girl. Okay, so we're going to go. And it was a tame night, too, which was good. Now, I see the thing you put on Freckles with. This is, Janessa sent me this one. She sent me 2 of them. It's called Speckled Pen. And even though it looks like a chocolate brown, well, for me, it almost looked black on my skin. And the other one she sent me was toffee. And that was more like a spicy mustard kind of look. But on me, it looks a little more, like spicy mustard, a little orangey brown. And it looked a little too light for my liking, because I thought that would look better than this one, because this one is really stark. But Locke was like, exaggerated freckles, and when I was chatting with her, she said, like, don't tap them out, because when you see people do faux freckles, they usually tap it. And she was like, no, just, exaggerate and leave them. And so that's what this is. And Janessa says these are from Glistening Cosmetics. Portia, I love this look, but I love all your looks. Thank you, Portia. I appreciate it. So it's the Speckled Pen from Glistening Cosmetics. And what I really like about it, as it should be, like, this is stiff as hell. Like, this is stiff as hell. And it's not even bristles. I think it's a hard plastic. Like, I don't know. But it doesn't spread apart. It doesn't move. It's very pointy. So I'm thinking, I don't know what it is. It might be just hard plastic. I don't know. But it's very pointy. It doesn't move. It's stiff. And so as you see, just, you know, just put a mark on your face. So that's what that is. Janessa says she's an expert shopper. You really are, because you can get some good stuff. I love fake freckles. I feel some kind of way about them still. I thought I was over it, but one day when I was talking about it, I realized I'm not over it. You have to look into that. I like them for creative purposes, but for people that do like basic makeup looks and then they put on the faux freckles, I'm like, why are you taking something I have and making it into a trend? Like, just like what, like I say, you know, accept your own features, like accept that you don't got freckles. And so that's when I feel some kind of way about it. But for if it's a creative look, then yes, because you're doing a whole bunch of stuff, you're adding stuff like that. And so it kind of just depends on the situation, like how I feel about it. Yeah. And then I was saying one time, I wonder if it's kind of the same, like for people who, what was it that I was saying it? For people who naturally have thin noses, like do they feel some kind of way that people have the trend of contouring your nose to make it thin? So it's like they have a thin nose and now y'all making this trend so you can have a thin nose too. So I just kind of wonder, like, how far does it go? Like, is it just for me, the freckle thing, or do other people feel the same way about, okay, if they have really sharp cheekbones, oh, you're contouring to get the look I naturally have. But then I'm like, girl, stop thinking about it, because it can just go on and on and on and on and on. You know what I mean? Joy has freckles. I bring them back with makeup. Yeah, I didn't realize until when I did that underpainting, and it looked crazy. And then when I put that foundation on it, it was like I never underpainted. I was like, damn. Like, that's when it really hit me how full coverage that Fenty foundation is. Because they were like, so you just put all that on just to cover it up. I said, I didn't know it was going to cover all of it up. The idea is to still see some of the the color underneath the foundation. But that foundation covered up everything. And I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah. So we're going to go, y'all. I'm just making sure I'm not missing comments. I'm going to fix something to eat. I'm actually going to take my pain med first and then fix something to eat. And it does make me loopy. And so that's all. That's another reason why I haven't been getting stuff done, because I take that and I'm just like, drinking Mountain Dew helps me not just be like, but I'm still just like, I'm just lethargic. And I'm glad we were able to be here today. Tomorrow we're doing Dawn's look, Dawn of the Dead. It's not going to be overly complicated, I don't think, and hopefully I'll feel better. And then Thursday is Michelle's teddy bear look. I did look at teddy bear looks yesterday. But so we're going to go now. Thank you, everybody who came in. Thank you for everyone who came in and had to leave. I appreciate you. Thank you to the first timers. It was nice chatting with new people. I appreciate each and every one of you. Replay crew, you know y'all rock. Y'all already know that. Yes, normal dude. Thank you. And so we'll be back here tomorrow night to do a role play look. And I do like being able to see the freckles, and I did put them where I have freckles, and I have many more, but I couldn't see them under the foundation. But and I do love this look. Let me take some more pictures. Oh, we took the pictures already. Okay. Oh, that was before the freckles. Okay, so after the freckles. Okay. Because I'm just so adorable. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. We'll be back here tomorrow night. Thank you for the chats. Yeah, as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon, very soon, tomorrow night, y'all. So I'll see y'all. Thanks. Bye.